Last time on Shadow Piece, the first battle between a Sin and a Titanic captain started. The Sin of Envy Idio and his right-hand man Shooting Star Blue Gilly had faced off against the Blackbeard pirate Sniper Van Augur. At first it proved difficult to overcome the teleportation powers of the sharpshooter, but with the combined abilities of the Yin Yin fruit and the Yang Yang fruit, they closed the gap. Over time, they continued to damage Augur, but after Blue Gilly got hit in a bad spot in his leg, he went for his signature move, the Shooting Star, to finish it quickly. To assist, Idio grappled the sniper to ensure he would get hit, and what a hit it was. Even though Idio jumped away from the target, he still got blasted away and slid on the ground for a while. And all the more horrible was the outcome for Van Augur. He vomited up big amounts of blood until he crashed into the remains of a wall. His body was completely deformed, basically looking like a semicircle, and that for sure couldn't be healthy for a human. With that, both long-limbed warriors of the Fleet of Death assumed they were the winners of the battle, Idio letting out a victory scream and Blue Gilly barely being able to smile at his captain. But then they heard Augur's voice again, and also felt gunshots go through their bodies. The first shot pierced through the part just below Idio's palm. The second and third shot devastated the legs of Blue Gilly, and finally the fourth went directly into the long-legged warrior's chest, barely missing the heart, but destroying the ribcage in the process. His first words were a self-introduction, no matter if the battle was almost over already. "My name is Van Augur, one of the 10 Titanic captains of the Blackbeard Pirates. My bounty is 375,800,000 berries, and I am also a member of the Longspine tribe." Both of the Shadow Fighters had the same reaction. While still suffering from the injuries, the major shock was visible on their faces. Never would they have guessed that this pirate was a part of one of the smallest long-limbed tribes, but that explained how he was still okay, despite how unshapely he looked at the moment. However, it was clear that he was still on his last leg and missed Blue Gilly's heart because of that. The Shooting Star had fallen to the ground, and his captain rushed over to him screaming heavily, all while Augur was grinning like a true villain, befitting of the Blackbeard Pirates. As an experienced fighter, Idio knew he shouldn't disregard his opponent to look after an injured comrade, but Blue Gilly was much more than that. They became brothers that would die for each other over their journey. "Gilly, are you okay? Speak with me!" The desperation in his voice was clear as day, as he tried to do something with his yin powers, but to no avail. The Shooting Star continued to cough up blood, but he managed to respond to his captain. "I will be fine, Idio. Just finish off that scumbag for both of us." A bullet sliced across Idio's face, which rapidly turned around filled with pure fury. "I don't care whether you are a member of our tribe. I wouldn't even care if I knew your past. Augur, you're trash of a long limb, and I will tear you apart." Tears flowed down his face. A mix of anger for his enemy and concern for his comrade was what he was experiencing at the moment. As he started to sprint towards the Titanic captain, that person teleported away, but he only managed to get about 100 meters further away. Just like everything else, using a devil fruit also was exhausting, so the half donut of a long-spine person couldn't do much anymore, besides using Senriku to shoot at the long-armed boxer. Idio was unable to form the hand that got shot to a fist, but he still pulled it up to form a guard with his other one. Dodging and weaving, the basics of boxing. With his observation haki and general fighting experience, he wasn't surprised by any of the spots when Augur chose to teleport to. It was a game of cat and mouse, Idio being the cat in this case. This continued for a bit, until the sniper went for an unforgivable move. In the instant the Sin of Envy noticed the trajectory of the attack, he jumped with all of his might, tanking the bullet in the shoulder of his already injured arm. He grinded his teeth, and his glare could have killed people in the moment. "Going for the injured? I knew you were trash, but normally even people like you have standards." His right arm was completely limp now, probably forever actually. For a second he thought about how to proceed, and there was only one way. Quickly he picked up Blue Gilly and put him on his back, using his last healthy arm to keep him stable. A warm energy started to flow through him. His right-hand man may have lost consciousness already, but the power of his devil fruit was still trying to assist its counterparts, and for one last time in this battle, a harmonious reaction occurred between the two of them. This time, however, it showed itself in a different form. Instead of teleporting Augur to them, Idio got placed right in front of him. From there, everything was over before anyone took another breath. One arm down, the other occupied, so Idio had to do something that would have immediately disqualified him in his boxing days. A headbutt. His head got covered by armor and haki, and the power of yin and yang. It became a force of nature. The movement of his head made the air crackle from its speed, and there was nothing Augur could do to counter. It sounded like a massive bell being rung when Idio smacked into the body of his opponent, and that sound carried across the entire island of Hachinosu. The environment didn't change at all, as the power only got crashed into Van Augur's body. The Titanic captain could feel every bone in his body break apart until they were nothing but dust. His extra long spine crumbled away, and it made him feel like he was burning alive. And yet, despite all those excruciatingly painful things, he could not scream, as the starting point of all the terror was the place that got hit by the headbutt. His face, his nose, teeth, and skull all got shattered beyond repair, something that would usually kill instantly, but as if by a mysterious power, he was kept alive to feel all the agony imaginable, until his body perished. It was over, one side dead, and the other had to pay heavy prices. Idio couldn't even smile at their victory, fearing that Blue Gilly could die at any moment if he stayed any longer on the battlefield. We took care of one of the Titanic captains. Should be enough contribution. Not that there's anyone here that could hear me anyways. The Sin of Envy started walking fast but steady to not shake the injured body on his back too much. Let's go home, Idio. And then we can practice together again, right? With careful maneuvers, he managed to find a safe path back to their ship, not really caring that he would leave behind the Sandstorm brothers Abdullah and Jeet. Back on the ship, long arm, long leg, long neck, long ear, and many other long-limbed people immediately started taking care of their leaders. After all, they weren't only the captain and vice captain of the Idio Pirates, but they also became the two kings of the long-limbed tribe. Leaving a place where a war was going on would obviously prove to be difficult, especially when a fist of magma quickly approached their vessel. The mad dog may have been fighting already, but when he saw scum trying to escape, he rewarded them with some of his attention. Aww, the doggy's acting up. Ragnar, throw me into the sky. It's roulette time. Part 2. A pirate of an old generation, William, the captain of the Devil's Luck Pirates, soared over the ocean as he rushed in between the magma fist and the Idio Pirates' ship. Oh, it's that one. I guess luck is still on my side. Grey wings started to sprout out of his back, as all of his skin also started turning grey. Various shades of grey made it appear like scales, and then a tail formed just above his butt. Bang! Akainu's attacks that were capable of reshaping mountains clashed into William's body. An explosion covered the sky before a laugh could be heard. Call me Gargoyle William, or Gargoylium. Sakazuki grunted at a comedian of a pirate. He knew what William was, a psychopath that laughed at the deaths of many innocent people. And this is the end of today's episode of Shadow Piece. Yes, the fight between Idio, Blue Gilly, and Augur is over. I hope you enjoyed it, and also the consequences that have come with it. Well, escaping a war is not easy, as you have already seen in the story, and Akainu was here to take care of these people. But luckily enough, the Devil's Luck Pirates were also there to stop it. I hope you look forward to this next battle that is going to start in the next week. All that to be said from me for now is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro, out. Bye!